There comes a moment in every soul's journey when you pause in the middle of your chase, look around at all you've collected, and feel an aching emptiness you can't explain. You've chased so hard, wanted so much, desired endlessly, and yet, something still feels missing. That stillness that follows a storm is louder than the thunder itself. In that silence, you realize, it wasn't what you wanted that was hurting you. It was the constant need to want, the insatiable hunger for more, and in that realization lies the seed of true peace. You don't need more, you need less noise in your mind, less desperation in your heart, less dependence on things outside of yourself. What you need is control, and not the kind that dominates others but the kind that governs yourself. The ability to walk past temptation and not flinch. The inner command to delay gratification, not because you're forcing yourself, but because you know deep in your bones, you don't need it. You're whole already. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man, charming, ambitious, and admired by everyone around him. On the outside, his life looked like a dream. He had the right clothes, the latest gadgets, endless praise from strangers online. His nights were full of laughter, social events, and indulgence. But when the music stopped and he was left alone in the dark, the truth came knocking. He couldn't fall asleep without watching meaningless videos. He couldn't go an hour without checking if someone had messaged him. He needed sugar to feel better, needed attention to feel seen, needed chaos to avoid silence. His cravings controlled him, and the worst part was he didn't even realize it, until one day, his relationship crumbled, his health cracked, and he sat alone in his apartment staring at a blank wall. He didn't cry, he didn't scream, he just sat still and thought, I've got everything I thought I wanted, why do I feel like I've lost myself? That moment changed him, not instantly but powerfully. He made a promise to himself. For the next 30 days, he would stop chasing. No social media, no alcohol, no junk food, no texting random people for comfort, no noise, just silence, just himself. The first few days were agony. His body ached for dopamine, his fingers twitched toward his phone, his mind screamed, but he stayed. He breathed, he walked at sunrise, he sat with discomfort, he read, he journaled, he sat by the window and watched the wind dance through the leaves, and slowly, something returned, not a new version of himself but the self he had lost beneath all the craving, the stillness, the clarity, the calm. He didn't become perfect, he didn't become superhuman, but he became free. That's the power of mastering craving, not by fighting it endlessly, but by returning to yourself so completely that the craving loses its power. Craving is not just about food, or pleasure, or material things. It's a symptom of disconnection. It's a scream from a soul that has forgotten how to be still. It's a signal and not a sin, and it can be unlearned, not by running away, but by walking through it with your eyes open and your spirit anchored. One of the most powerful ways to overcome craving is to practice discomfort on purpose. Modern life sells comfort like oxygen, always available, always within reach, but comfort weakens the will when it is never tested. The body becomes soft, the mind becomes anxious, the spirit becomes restless. So start small. Wake up before the sun, take a cold shower, skip a snack, not to punish yourself but to remember you don't need comfort to survive. You've just forgotten your strength. When craving arises, don't feed it, don't entertain it, just let it rise a broken bar and fall. Every craving is a fire. Every time you act on it, you feed the flame. But if you let it burn without giving it fuel, it dies. Craving cannot survive your stillness. It needs your panic, your urgency, your desperation. Without that, it fades. Watch it like a cloud passing through your sky. Do not hold it, do not chase it, do not judge it. Just see it for what it is. A passing storm, not the sky itself. Often, when you feel the urge to grab something, attention, food, praise, a hit of pleasure, it's not because you truly need it, it's because you're trying to avoid something. Boredom, sadness, fear. Face that instead. Ask yourself, what am I really running from? What would happen if I just sat here and did nothing? The mind will tell you it's unbearable, but the truth is it's liberating. The key is to train your mind to choose what you want most over what you want now. There is a quiet heroism in resisting the thing that will give you a moment of pleasure if it means protecting your long-term peace. That is the true strength you speak of, not the strength to lift, or fight, or with the strength to wait, to delay, to trust the deep provision, to say, "This may feel good now, but I'd rather feel proud tomorrow." Cravings lose their power when you replace them with something meaningful, a ritual, a sacred practice, something that brings you back to your soul. Replace the scroll with reading one paragraph of something nourishing. Replace sugar with water. Replace the impulse to seek validation with a moment of gratitude. Replace the urge to run with a moment of stillness. These tiny acts are not about denial, they are about remembrance, reminding yourself of who you are without the craving. Make space every day to reflect, to sit quietly and ask yourself, what did I give into today that didn't deserve my power? And what did I resist that made me stronger? This is not about guilt, it's about guidance. Without reflection, we repeat, but with reflection, we refine. Every craving begins with a moment of discomfort, what some call the first arrow, that first sting of desire, that tug in the gut. But it's the second arrow that hurts most. Our reaction, our shame, our panic, our regret. The moment you feel the craving, pause. Don't fight it, don't flee, just observe. Most cravings pass if you let them. It's your resistance that feeds them. You can learn to breathe through them, watch them, let them rise and fall. Over time, they'll stop controlling you. Freedom is not about doing whatever you want. Real freedom is not needing to. When you can walk past a temptation without it pulling at your soul, that's power. When you can sit in silence without scrambling for a distraction, that's peace. The ability to choose stillness over stimulation, that is the mark of someone who is no longer ruled by craving. And remember this, willpower fades, especially when you're tired, stressed, or lonely. That's why you must build systems that protect your peace. If you struggle with food, don't keep it in the house. If you lose time to social media, delete the apps. Don't wait for temptation to show up. Design a life where temptation has no place to stay. You're not weak, you're just human. And smart humans prepare for war in times of peace. When temptation whispers, don't imagine how good it will feel. Imagine what it will cost. Play the tape forward. Think of the regret, the disappointment, the self-betrayal. Ask yourself, how will I feel 10 minutes after I give in? If the answer is shame, then walk away. Let your future self be the one you protect and not the craving. The environment you live in matters. Craving thrives in chaos, in constant noise, in distraction. Silence is the enemy of craving, because in silence, you see clearly, you remember, you feel again. So seek out quiet. Make room for stillness. Turn off the background noise and tune into your life. Let your soul detox from stimulation. In that stillness, the lies of craving lose their voice, and the truth of your strength returns. But most importantly, remember this truth above all, you are not lacking, you are not broken, you are not missing anything. The reason you crave is not because you're empty, it's because you've been tricked into believing that more will make you whole. But what if you already have everything you need? What if peace doesn't come from addition, but from subtraction? What if freedom is found not in getting but in letting go? Craving will tell you that happiness is on the other side of the next indulgence, but your soul knows better. Your soul remembers the joy of a quiet morning, the power of presence, the peace of self-respect, the beauty of enough. You do not need to chase to feel alive. You do not need to consume to feel joy. You do not need more to be worthy. You already are. Let others chase. Let others drown in desire. Let the world be loud and restless. But you walk differently now. You have seen the truth. And when the cravings come again, and they will, you will not panic. You will not rush. You will not flinch. You will smile, breathe, and say, I see you, but I do not need you. I am whole without you. That is what it means to be unshaken.